Hello to all my friends. I feel happy and honored that you have traveled a journey of 12 chapters with great passion and excitement. Friends, honestly speaking, the moment I had read the Hindi version of this book, I had decided to make an audio version for Hindi and English. I have already uploaded the Hindi version of this book, and now I am at the end of this book also. This is all because this book has lots of energy inside it. So let you enjoy this journey also. Chapter 13. Mandoli Mera negative little voice keeps bugging us day and night. The secret of dealing with it lies in raising the volume of positive voice within. Dr. Lalit Arora, shush. No. You shush. No, you. I've noticed this is exactly what my mind does whenever I have to make a decision or take a leap of faith. This voice that continuously bothers me is negative little voice that comes from within whenever I am going to do something positive in my life. And according to my observations, this negative little voice bothers everyone every time they want to do something good or positive in life. In 2017, I was offered to join the think tank of a startup that dealt in direct selling. I knew it was a startup, and my contribution would be extra required in the company. I agreed to the offer and was enthusiastic to join the venture. However, as the day of joining inched closer, my negative little voice started pinching me by making noise. You can't do it. You've never been into the leadership career. You won't be able to take this company to the desired point. Since I had worked on this negative little voice many times, I knew it was its nature to take a number of rebirths, especially when something good was going to happen. Noise or voice, whatever you want to call, I knew it won't fade away without taking the proper action. So one day, I decided to shut it down by applying my special technique. I started practicing the Mool mantra I gave you in the previous chapter. Remember? Om Ignore Nama. I raised the volume of my positive voice in my head to mute this negative noise. It's as important. When you identify that this negative badass is continuously hitting you, you have to make a choice at that moment instantly. You have to raise the volume of your positive voice inside your mind, but remember not to raise your voice literally. It leaves a bad impact on people. If you do not shut the negative little voice immediately, it will come again and again, and slowly, it will change your subconscious mind's programming. And once it happens, you, my friend, will lose your remote control of the conscious mind to your subconscious. All the decisions will be driven by your negative little voice that might have made a permanent home in your subconscious. So, where does this negative little voice comes from? Let's start working as GPS and trace its existence. When you were born, you didn't have any worries. Your parents handled everything. As you grew up, started to talk and walk, you started to control very few things. And then you began to hear the words like, son, daughter, don't go there or don't do it, you will get hurt, and more such phrases. As you grew older, you heard more and more such things that prohibited you from taking some of the other actions. Slowly, your mind started to identify good and bad things, right and wrong for you. This is when I think your mind would have started to think over those phrases and words that stopped you from doing something or taking some action. I'm leaving a space for you here. Write down all those phrases and words that stopped you somewhere in taking those actions. Aren't these words the same as your negative little voice, which starts telling you what to do and what not to do whenever you want to decide, especially when you think about your dream? I'm sure your answer will be a yes. No matter whatever your age is right now, you might have been surrounded by more negatives. These negatives come from what you hear, talk about, speak or listen to. Even what you watch impacts your subconscious. For example, if you are a movie lover and like to watch violent, crime, thriller, or action-oriented films, your mind will grasp the negatives out of those movies. This will be reflected in your actions ultimately. Let's do another small exercise where you yourself can identify whether more positives or negatives surround you. Given below is the table. Write down what thoughts come to you often when you speak to someone, travel somewhere, or when you are alone. Write as many thoughts as possible and identify whether they are positive or negative. To do so, first you have to write all the thoughts you are having in your mind. Then tick which one is positive and which one is negative. If the space is less, take out your notebook and write there. But do not stop until your mind stops thinking of the thoughts that come to you. When I started coaching and training direct sellers, there were so many objections they had faced. People would tell me, "Sir, though I've started this business, I feel I won't be able to do it. Sir, will the money flow be enough to feed my family of 5? Sir, is it true that this industry can pay me in crores?" There were so many such statements of doubts and curiosities that I would hear during my sessions. And my only answer would be, "You will see. Just believe in the process. You and I get thousands of thoughts in that you and I cannot control. The only thing you can control is your mindset. Your negative little voice gets you to think repeatedly and creates a conflict in your mind. You start to think whether this is good for me or that is good for me. Whether I should take this route or leave dream to follow wherever my life takes me. So, one thing you need to understand is your life doesn't take you anywhere. It's a profound statement. I am repeating this. Your life never takes you anywhere. You have to take charge, shape your journey, and make your way in your life. Provide the pathway where you want to take it. Every time you hear a negative voice, just shush them by repeating the positive words. And while shushing it, make sure that you do not use any negative words else indirectly. You will feed your subconscious with a negative voice. This will make you stand back from where you might have started. Whatever command you give your mind, make sure it is in good condition and said with positive affirmations. Once, 2 boys, Lakshman and Mohan, were playing together in a park. They were very good friends. Since it was a pleasant day, their parents also accompanied them. Both of their mothers were standing nearby and watching their kids play. It was a treat to their eyes. The weather started changing slowly, and the pleasant wind began turning into a stormy one. Still, the kids didn't pay heed to it and continued playing. God knows what came to their minds. They started climbing a tree. Meanwhile, the stormy wind grew stronger, and by that time, Lakshman and Mohan were hanging on 2 different branches of that tree. Seeing this, their mothers ran towards them. They cannot do much except stand in that harsh storm. Mohan's mother screamed out of fright, "Son, don't get scared. I'm right here. Don't leave that branch." Within seconds, Mohan fell. Seeing this, Lakshman's mother shouted, "Son, hold on to that branch as tightly as you can. You are mighty than any storm." Lakshman kept holding that branch till the storm subsided, and he came back to his mother happily and safely. Mohan's mother was surprised, yet she thought Lakshman was stronger, and her son was weak physically. She started discussing on the same lines with Lakshman's mother. The latter then told her a secret of life. She said, "If you keep telling your son that don't be scared, he is definitely going to live in fear, either for that moment or maybe forever." I know your concern was right. The storm was strong, and it could have hurt our children more than we had thought. But I knew panicking at that moment won't work. I was as scared for Lakshman as you were for Mohan. But I chose to give him the right conditioning by telling him to hold onto that branch tightly. It's not always about physical strength, but we have to and must enable our children with the right mindset. And that's what I did in that moment. I hope you too got the lesson after reading what Lakshman's mother had said. The choice of words we use signals our minds to act accordingly. Therefore, let's use positive affirmations to strengthen our minds. Affirmations you can use for your daily practice. Oh, I'm strong as wind. Oh, I am succeeding in life. Oh, prosperity flows to and through me. Oh, I know my positive attitude will bring me success, and that's what I'm practicing always. Oh, today, I am going to bid farewell to all the bad habits and my negative little voice, and welcome a positive change in my life. Oh, I design my life. I know I can achieve what I have dreamt for myself. Oh, I'm blessed to have everything in my life to make it successful. Oh, if you want to practice more affirmations, then log on to https://lalitarora.in and click on Store to buy 30-day affirmations cards. I am glad that you have listened to the 13th chapter of this book. But you can really enjoy this book only when you touch it with your hands. Because if the book stays close to us, many types of changes automatically start happening in our life by getting it. For this, you quickly go to the description and make this book your own. Link is available to get the book delivered to your home. Dr. Lalit Arora has also organized a special online workshop for you, for which you can book your one seat, whose link is also given in the description. Friends, you should not keep the sound flow of this book to yourself. You must share it with your friends so that there can be a change in their life too. We'll remember at least 5 friends. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.